Hello, Flickering Myth family and everyone watching. My name is EJ Marino, and we have a movie review as part of our Sundance 2022 coverage. I'm going to be jumping into the new Riley Stearns film, Duel. There's something cold and distant about Duel. I very much enjoyed the film, but this is not going to be for everyone. There's a bit of a depressed energy to it, even when the movie is trying to be humorous, trying to have a bit more fun. It's not a light and enjoyable thing. It's a very dark and heavy film that lets moments of very bleak, dry, satirical comedy just kind of hit you over the head. I enjoyed a lot of the moments, but there was times where I was very frustrated. By the end of the film, I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, this is a weird one for me, because throughout Sundance, I've seen films that made me very enthusiastic, things that I was so gung-ho about and so, like, oh my god, like Fresh or 892, like, I liked all of that. Then we get to things like this, and I was just like, ugh, I kind of was more hoping I would either hate this movie or love this movie, because you all know, if you follow my channel, the worst kind of movie for me is like a okay, like a just in the middle film. There is a lot to enjoy. I really thought this was fleshing out the universe. The replacement stuff was way more detailed than I expected. I thought the acting was good. Karen Gillan was great. Aaron Paul played a role that I did not expect. I don't know why in my head before we got into the movie I thought he was going to be the boyfriend character, but he's a trainer getting her ready for the duel. We'll talk about the whole plot in a second. Yeah, overall I liked the movie. I just don't love the movie. Something kept it a bit distant from me. That is probably the filmmaker style. Like Riley Stearns is great, but there's like a Yorgos Lanthimos or a Wes Anderson vibe to this, where the characters are saying very matter-of-fact things, and that sometimes is the comedy, is how people are delivering things. Sometimes for me, it just made everyone feel like robots. I was just like, are we in a world of replacements? Because what is going on? Why is everyone so cold and just stern and just saying things? I liked the idea of it, just the execution left me wanting a bit more. Sarah, a young woman played by Karen Gillan, is in a weird spot. She is getting diagnosed with a life-threatening disease. Like, the doctor told her she has 0% chance. You might as well just start prepping your funeral. And here is this replacement idea where you can clone yourself and let your family and friends have that clone. Okay, cool. So we're thinking we're gonna see her prep her clone, getting her ready. The big twist, which is kind of the plot of the film, is she lives. She is not going to die. Her disease is in remission. So now there is a rule set. You cannot have two of the same people. We can't have Sarah and Sarah double. We must get rid of one of them in a duel to the death. They have 1 year to prepare for this duel. And that's what basically the movie is. It's her trying to come to grips with her mortality, with death, with violence, with how to handle her own death or the death of somebody else. She says it early on that just like violence makes her uneasy. So this is what, she's having to go through. She is a bit of an interesting character. The Sarah, the first OG Sarah, we'll call her, she was already a cold, distant person. Like, she has these moments with her boyfriend that he seems to not be into the relationship, but she also seems like she doesn't care. Her stuff with her mom is weird. Yeah, there was just a lot from this character that I was just like, do you want to live? Which is kind of the plot of the film. And there's a lot in there that this movie is trying to say a lot. I will appreciate it for going out of its way to talk about something I don't usually normally see. There's always films about mortality, our place in the world, should we go on? But I really liked how this handled that. Again, the execution wasn't my favorite. I kind of, sometimes with really dry comedies, these really weird satires, it doesn't always connect with me, so this one didn't. But again, this plot was very good. So yes, she has her boyfriend that she's not too connected with. Her boyfriend ends up really liking the double. That's a very fun thing that I can't wait for you all to see on your own. Yeah, and then she meets Aaron Paul, who is a combat trainer who's going to get her ready to fight, and they kind of grow and bond. I really liked this idea. I thought this was going along nicely. Then by the end, I was just like, okay, yeah, there's so much here that offered a lot. It just wasn't a full experience, but for a plot story-wise, this was very original and very fun. Karen Gillan is a actress that I really want to see in more roles like this. If I was going to champion somebody throughout like this film festival, I really think John Boyega deserves some awards. And hell, for this very weird indie kind of project, I can see Karen Gillan in Conversations. This was a very interesting role for her. I only really know her as like Nebula in the Marvel movies or in the little Jumanji films. Yeah, I know her from those kind of roles, so I've never seen her really challenge herself like this. Maybe Oculus is the closest thing I can compare this to, where like, wow, you really got to dive deep into your acting abilities. So I guess I really like Karen Gillan here. I wish I liked the movie around her a bit more, but she was offering a lot. There's a lot in her eyes. I really compliment her, which is something I noticed with the Nebula character. Since she has all those prosthetics, I always connect with Karen's eyes and just how she emotes and how she does things. There's just little subtle moments here, like when she goes to see her man and she's trying to move stuff out because, you know, things are happening along with him and the double. Of course they are. Yeah, and her moments of just kind of being let down by it, but also accepting and also a bit annoyed. She's such a good face actress. Karen definitely deserves her, like, round of applause here. A good actress that I want to see do even better roles in this. Like, this was a good start, but I know this was going to be more for her. Honestly, her and Riley Stearns should, like, hook up more, because these are a pair that I think get each other artistically. I would love to see them work on more projects together, because there could be a lot more fun in the future. As I now figure out what I would do with my own mortality, would I have a clone? Would I fight my clone? I'm going to sit and think about this movie for a little bit. Again, I don't hate this movie, it's just not my personal favorite, but I know people out there are going to love it. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. Subscribe to our channel because we make videos like this every single week, and give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy. Alright everyone, let's talk about Duel and Sundance down below.